Did you miss your deadline to renew your Medicaid coverage? You can still send your completed annual review form to Healthy Connections Medicaid. You may be assigned to another health plan, but you can ask to come back to First Choice within 60 days of renewed Medicaid eligibility. It's your family. It's your choice. First Choice is the right choice. Renew and choose us. Visit selecthealthofsc.com/renew to learn more.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Well, hello, my paranormal peeps, and welcome back to another Deep Woods Paranormal podcast. My name is Matt Harvey. I am the founder and lead investigator with Deep Woods Paranormal. I am also the host of the Deep Woods Paranormal podcast. Along with my wife and a few other people, we investigate everything paranormal, be it Bigfoot, UFOs, ghosts, haunted location, demons, river monsters, strange lights, you name it. If it's paranormal in nature, we will go take a look to see if we can investigate it. So, let's get into this podcast. Today is the Bigfoot only podcast. So let's talk about Bigfoots. I've got some videos I want to share with you guys. These are some of the top videos that supposedly are out there showing that Bigfoot is real. So let's take a look at them, and I'll kind of give you guys my 2 cents on them. So let me share my screen. Let's see. Okay. Let's start right here real quick with our sponsor. This is Manscaped. Essentially, they have all kinds of different products for men, and they have beard stuff too. But this is the package they sent me. It's called the Performance Package. It's the 4.0. It's basically luxury. It's a luxury grooming kit. Really like it. The nose hair trimmer is amazing, especially for your ears. By the way, really does a good job getting that extra hair out. Since I've turned 40. I've got hair growing in places that shouldn't be growing in. And I've been kind of teased about being a Bigfoot because I've got hair on my back and all kinds of other places I don't like it. Anyways, so yeah, if you want to come over here and you want to take a look at their stuff, put in the discount code of DWP. Don't worry, it's linked down below. All the links to everything I'm talking about here are down below. And then, the little hashtag DWP, if you put that in there, you get a nice little discount. Anyways, let's move over here. This is our audio podcast. Some of you may be listening only over here. We also have a YouTube channel, Deep Woods Paranormal, on YouTube, and then also a Rumble channel. So again, everything's linked down below for you guys to find. All of our social media, our contact information, everything's here. So if you want to come on to our podcast and be a guest, please contact me. We're always looking for people to talk about anything paranormal, be it Bigfoot in this case, or UFOs or Dogman or whatever. I'm just starting my journey into Dogman, and there's a lot of people that know a lot more about them. Maybe have had an experience. We'd love to have you come on and share your experience with us and share your information with us. So we'd really love to hear it. If you see something paranormally that is not on here, that you'd like us to be talking about, please comment down below as well. If you like the podcast, please like, subscribe, and share. And it really helps our channel grow. We're growing like crazy right now. And thank you guys so much for all the new listeners and viewers on all of our platforms, be it audio or video or both. So thank you guys again. Again, just want to show you this is our audio podcast. So if you're looking for our websites here, if you're looking for buy us a coffee, if you want to help us out, you can buy us a coffee. Our Facebook account, our Twitter, YouTube, Rumble, TikTok, LinkedIn, Instagram. I will be posting to TikTok here shortly. I've been doing some research on the new changes that they've made over on TikTok. So, anyways, and Amanda and I will be hopefully out investigating Bigfoots here shortly. She's still in the recovery process, but she's doing really well. She's kicking butt and taking names, like I said the other day. So I'm real proud of her, and she's doing real well. So, anyways, let's get on to the actual podcast. All right. So, like I said, I'm going to share some videos with you guys. If you're listening on the audio, then I will have to basically describe what's going on. I apologize. There's people out mowing the neighbor's lawn, and the dogs are absolutely going crazy over it. I've been trying to get them to be quiet, but anyways, I apologize if that bothers you. Hopefully they'll be quiet the rest of the podcast. All right. So this is a video. This is taken in, where is this taken in? Let's read the description here. This video footage of Bigfoot was taken in June of 2001 by Jim Mills, the leader of the youth group called Campus Life, on the annual Marble Mountains backpacking trip. This is the longest known video of Bigfoot ever recorded, and it says in no way it was faked or some kind of hoax. Okay, so yeah, Bigfoot, I'm not sure exactly what state this is in. I was actually looking earlier at something that showed all the different states and the actual information there. But all right, so let's blow this up. Let's watch this real quick. So essentially, what it looks like is a bunch of kids out with an adult. They look like they're out hiking in a forested area. This could be Oregon or Washington State. I'm not sure, but let's watch this anyways.
But as we wander up into the trees a little bit, we notice that there's a pile of a brush here. And as we look inside, we find out that something eaten alive. Brad, let me climb out, Brad. Let me get a look into this thing. Let me walk around it a little bit. First of all, some kind of creature has taken and piled tons and tons of leaves and branches to either camouflage or make a place to hide. We notice claw marks as we look at the trees and stuff. Then we come around and we spin in here and we see how whatever it is has been all smoothed out.
We're gonna be sleeping with my over next to my pillow. What's that?
We see that they use trees around about to just
And see how they're broken. Snap
they're snapped like twigs. No hatchets, no human marks of a saw. Everything snapped as though by mighty, mighty strength. Every bit of them.
I seem to have picked the hands. That can't be there.
All right, so let me come back here and kind of talk about what they're seeing. So unless you're watching this, you won't probably understand what's going on. So what they found is they found what looks like a shelter of some sort, and it looks like somebody took a bunch of trees. Some of them are 2 or 3 inches in diameter. Some of them are, let's say, 6 to 8 inches in diameter, and just snap these trees off at their bases. And essentially, you've heard of tree. If you're watching this, you probably know about tree structures and stuff like that, and teepees and stuff that supposedly Bigfoots make. Well, anyways, they've crossed these over into kind of a V pattern or an upside down A, if you will. And then basically not upside down A, like an A pattern, A frame. And they essentially have crossed them across each other, probably about 10 or 12 feet tall, long, and in kind of a V pattern, upside down V pattern. So it's like almost like a tent. And then basically put a bunch of pine needles inside to create a cave-like pattern. And it's not very tall. I mean, if you were in a survival situation, you would probably do something like this as well. If you were able to pull a bunch of trees over you and stuff like that and make a little area to stay warm and put some brush inside, this would be a great way to kind of stay warm and stay comfortable on a cold night, at least somewhat warm. So, anyways, that's what they found. They're looking around. It's big. It's a big structure, and he's just kind of walking you around, all the way around to show you what it looks like. Again, don't worry if you're listening to this and you want to watch it later. You can come back, and there's the link will be down below. It'll be at the very bottom. You guys can go on here and take a look. So let's give it back to him for a minute.
Fire pit.
We see down here a fire pit, but we see no evidence that there was ever a fire.
Walking down.
Oh my word.
Bigfoot walking down right now.
Uh-huh.
See, he's standing taller. Oh, I'll get back to camp.
We see something moving on the hill above.
Where's it? Like where's the trees like right on the
Yeah.
right? No, it stopped and moving.
It's kind of looking at us,
I don't see it.
moving now.
The trees. It's to the right of him. They're just walking down. What tree? Trees. See that King's Castle?
He's that
Walking on
kind
hill.
of little skinny thing.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. On the right side of the tree.
Kind of small, but this is far away.
I don't see nothing.
On the ridge,
Right on the ridge,
almost to those trees.
coming down this way. See the patch of snow in the middle there? There's 3 patches of snow up there. See the one right up, straight up above the patch of snow.
Right under that big wall.
Right now. The bigger patch of the 3 patches of snow.
Over here?
Yeah,
About it.
he's walking, like right on the ledge. See, he's just, there, did you see him moving? He's almost to the tree there, those 2 trees. 3 of them.
He's in the trees.
The 3 trees. See the 3 trees there? Right up the very ridge, but wait a second, he should.
Something like that,
Yeah,
right?
right. He should come out in between them or past him, I think. There you see him right between the 2 trees right now? See?
Yeah, he's walking down.
He's between the 2 trees right now.
Yeah.
Where, dang it? He must
Two
have.
trees to the left of King's Castle. See King's Castle?
Yeah.
He's shaking his fist at us.
Right in between the 2 trees.
He's screaming at us something. Get out of my camp, get out of my camp.
He said, hey, there's 15 Bigfoots now.
He's coming, is he coming down?
He's jumping up and down. He's going back and forth. He is furious. He knows we're in his.
Okay. So we're going to pause it right here. You can kind of see what looks like a figure. There's no way to tell what that really is. It's just a black silhouette. Could that be a person, just hiking down the side of the trail? Yes, for my skeptics. I don't know. There's no defining features. So this video is a hard one. For the believers, I mean, if you're a believer, you're gonna believe. If you're a non-believer, you're not gonna believe, no matter what. Unless you have a sighting where you just can't. You have to be able to say you can't say that was anything else. But in this case, we'll put a Bigfoot in here. I mean, you really probably had to be there to really know what this thing was. I imagine they could probably see it a lot better than the camera could, because it looks like it's almost like dusk or dawn, and there's not a lot of light in the background. So the camera is focusing on the structures like the trees and the mountains, and this thing's just being silhouetted. Now, I wish I could go to this location and measure like how tall these trees are and get a measurement for this. Is perfect because you can see there's branches or something coming across this area, and you can see the creature's about a foot shorter than that one spot on the left over here. And that would give us a better idea how tall it is. I mean, the distance is quite a ways away. It's at least 300 yards, probably. It's about a football field away, if not longer, probably from them. So, with the naked eye, it'd be really hard to tell what it was, but at least you could see color. You could probably tell if it was a person in an outfit. But if you look at the bottom here, it looks like there's legs coming out of what looks like shorts, maybe. And, this could be a jacket, and this could just be a normal person because the head's not that coned, to be honest with you. But the more I kind of look at this, I just don't know. This is very inconclusive at this point. Let's keep watching it, and then we're going to move on.
I'm in the tree.
Where's John?
There he is.
That is,
Look like a person.
it does not look like a person. Its arms are way too big. Look at how long the hands hang down to the,
You
Oh,
see
yeah,
from
they're down to his knees at least, aren't they?
look what I'm looking at.
Now, when the guy is walking down, when it says, hi, you're gonna erase all of that.
This is,
Why?
That's not very,
Probably about an hour. It's dark at night.
okay, we better have a ride.
his arms obviously
Hold
hang,
on. Need to.
his arms obviously hang below his knees.
Shh. Make fun of Sasquatch.
Oh, running out of focus here. There we go.
Did you miss your deadline to renew your Medicaid coverage? You can still send your completed annual review form to Healthy Connections Medicaid. You may be assigned to another health plan, but you can ask to come back to First Choice within 60 days of renewed Medicaid eligibility. It's your family. It's your choice. First Choice is the right choice. Renew and choose us. Visit selecthealthofsc.com/renew to learn more.
Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
I say we bag him.
Huh?
We could probably get some pretty good money. Just tranquilize the sucker.
Just photos are all we need.
It's not very good proof, though. You actually show up with him sleeping in a cage. That's proof for you. John's got the 22.
Okay, so we're going to probably stop this here. But you can kind of see the figure walking around. It came down the side of a slope, and it's kind of walking back and forth and putting its hands up and then bringing them back down. They say the hands are going down below the knees. I don't see that, to be honest with you. I see the hands down about where the waist is, which is where a human being's hands would be. And when they kind of cropped in on it, it almost looked like it was wearing a backpack. So I don't know if this is a Bigfoot or if this is a hoax. It says, down below. Anytime anybody puts this is not a hoax, kind of, throws your antennas up and makes you kind of think, okay, if they're specifically saying it's not a hoax, they're trying to program you that it isn't a hoax. I mean, if you've ever watched any of our evidence of Bigfoot, I've never said this isn't a hoax or this is not, this is real or anything like that. They're trying to really make you think that it's real. Now, this could be 100% real. And if you were on this if you were out on this hike and you saw this and you're a witness, I would love to talk to you. I would like to get details and get a whole bunch of more information. This is just very inconclusive to me. Unfortunately, you can't see color. You can't really see anything. It's just a silhouette. And you really had to kind of be there to know if this is real or not. So let's move on. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so this says independent Bigfoot footage. It says clear video capturing a family of Sasquatch. Research reveals every little about the source of. It's probably supposed to say very little about the source of the footage and the location. If fake I'll say it's very well done. A little nuisances with the baby make me wonder, what do you think? And basically that's where it stops. Again, these will all be linked. All these videos will be linked down below. These are not ours, they're somebody else's, but we're going to take a look at this. So look over here on the right side of the screen. Basically, this is where you see the Bigfoot just kind of pop out of nowhere. Okay, let me rewind that for everyone. So again, look over here on your right side. There's a rocky outcropping. There's a beautiful pine tree here. Looks like there's other brush. And then this could be an area where like the water flows down sometimes because it's kind of a clearing area. So sorry about the gardener next door. It's kind of loud. I apologize. All right. So watch over to your right. This guy zooms in. And this is actually pretty clear. So here comes the Bigfoot. There's a rock here and a rock here, and there's not really a clearing, but there's a spot where you can see through. I wish I could zoom in on this. And you can see the cone-shaped head. You can see the arms. You can kind of see the face. You can see an eyes and what looks like a nose and almost like a beard. The face looks like it's not very hairy at all. You can see the chest and stuff like that. So let's watch this. So here it turns and looks. This one looks a lot like the Todd Standing video, where he really zooms in on the face of the Bigfoot, and there's a lot of controversy around that. But the head, the coned head, looks a lot like, the eyes kind of look the same, and then the face. Now there's a little bit of hair coming up, unlike my beard, up onto the cheek, from what I can see, and maybe it goes around the mouth a little bit, but the mouth area is clear, kind of, and then underneath the eyes is kind of clear, and the nose looks like it doesn't have any hair on it at all. So let's keep playing this. So it turns and looks at the person filming, and then quickly turns and walks behind a tree, and then just keeps going, ducks behind a boulder, and then just keeps going. And then he gives chase. He's trying to reacquire the Bigfoot. He doesn't know where it went. Probably ducked down somewhere. Is probably hiding behind something. Supposedly has a baby with it. Oh, there it is. Okay, so the Bigfoot pops up from behind a rock, kind of taking a look around to see what's going on. Probably trying to see if it's still being pursued. Excuse me. And all of a sudden now it's got a baby in its arms. So it makes me wonder if it set the baby down behind the rocks and then, basically it didn't run any other way because it knew its baby was here. So this could be a female, and it basically picks up the baby in its arms like a human would, and then starts down. Now, at this point, this almost looks CGI'd to me. The head looks a little different. This looks like a big it looks like a black silhouette. Like somebody posted this in here. If you look at the rock, they basically, where the Bigfoot is, they cut out a section of the rock. Let's go back just a tad. Okay, there's a little, so you can see this better now. Now they're facing us. But you can see where there's kind of like a shadowy thing here. This almost looks like a CGI to me, like somebody put this in here. Because they're just black silhouettes. You're following it? Okay. The Bigfoot seems to have changed colors. It went from a kind of a lightish brown color to a black color. Okay, so that's a closer view. Looks like he panned in on it. Looks like he edited the video. Could just be the shadow. So this thing basically looks like it's, yeah, see, that looks CGI to me. The way it moves and the way it keeps, like if you're watching the video, watch it as it walks across. Watch it shake back and forth, like it's not a real. It doesn't flow like a normal, like a normal video would. If I were walking across there and you were filming me walk away, I wouldn't be, shaking back and forth. Let's watch it one more time and you'll just see what I'm talking about. So he slowed it down. It's in slow motion. Now he's rewinding it so you can see the face. Okay, this video is almost over. Let's go back to the portion where he cropped in on it. Yeah, see how it's vibrating back and forth. It's kind of shaking back and forth. Bigfoots have real smooth movement. They're not going to be like all shaky like that. And as you kind of walk away. So the video was cut right there. The video stops. Now either they edited it or whatever. If you look at this does not look like the same Bigfoot. Now I could be wrong. This is just my opinion, so you got to take this with a grain of salt. But this is interesting that look at the outline of the Bigfoot. It keeps like what do they call that? Pixelating. It's pixelating. Now that could just be because he's zoomed all the way in with his camera, and maybe it's not a very good quality photo. If you look at the green areas, you can kind of see little black squares, which tells me this picture is now pixelated, meaning that when you take a picture, the higher the megapixels, the bigger the squares are, I believe, and the more of them there are. Or I could be wrong. It could be the smaller they are and the more there are. But anyway, so there's little squares in here. And essentially what happens is the squares, basically the more pixels, the closer they are together. And so it creates a better, more clearer picture. It's almost like the camera takes all these little pictures of all these little spots and then puts it all together and creates a picture or a video. So, yeah, I mean, this is just very pixelated at this point. See how it's shaking? See how there's like a black blur here where it comes up on the head. It says there's a black blur where it just was. The baby has the same thing. There's a blur up here. To me, this almost looks like CGI'd. And I don't know if it's dark because it's in a shady area, but I mean, look how light the plants and the rocks are. I mean, even in the dark, you can still see the color of this rock. And even behind it, you can still see the color of the plants and stuff and stuff. But this picture to me, I don't know, it looks a little bit fake. All right, let's move on to the next one. So this one's interesting. This is, I think I've shown this before. And this is basically in a ski resort area. And essentially this is on a news channel. But we've actually seen another video on this before. I've kind of reviewed this as well. This one looks more credible to me. These guys are skeptical, which is cool. They have a skeptical point of view. They're trying to disprove it. They're trying to figure out what else it could be from what they thought they saw. So let's watch this one.
Look how big it is. I don't think it is a human.
So it's also interesting about this. He's got to be, I don't know, a quarter mile away, maybe further. Again, if you shot this video, I would love to talk to you, or if you know more about this video, please comment down below. Please let me know if you'd like to come on to the show and talk about this video. I'd love to interview you. So if you watch the Bigfoot, this one like shakes back and forth. It goes back and forth as it's sitting there. And I think they kind of do that to, say, hey, I'm bigger than you or whatever. Maybe it's a nervous tick that they have, but it's basically just sitting there rocking back and forth when they first see it. So it definitely sees them too.
Sasquatch.
It was a bluebird January morning here in the foothills of Northeast Provo when a group of guys saw a figure on the mountain that looked like something they've never seen before.
You can't just see something that's maybe a once in a century discovery and go do your 9-to-5 job. You got to go look for fur or footprints or some kind of evidence.
And the camera was rolling as Austin took to the mountain with a buddy on a search for the elusive Bigfoot.
So I'm seeing something that is not deer tracks anymore. We're trying to determine what it is.
Their findings were inconclusive.
Was it a bear? Maybe. That's plausible. Was it a person? Also Plausible? Was it something else? I think that's also plausible. Who knows?
On the other hand, I spoke to a curator from the Natural History Museum of Utah who says not only is that figure in the video not Sasquatch, but it's safe to say that Sasquatch is not something that would even exist.
What's the likelihood that there are big animals that have gone?
All right, so we're gonna skip past this. We've seen all this before on this channel, probably in a podcast. This guy is just. Let me just put it this way. There are scientists and people out there that basically just don't believe no matter what. You could bring them a body and they would say that's not something, that's just this or it's that. It wouldn't matter. There's no way of convincing them that it's real. There's other people who may have experienced a Bigfoot in the scientific world, and they've been basically told to be quiet. Don't talk about it. Just deny, deny, deny. And then there's other people that are in the military that may have either killed one, been part of a capture of one, or been part of scientific research of one or more. And they are sworn to secrecy as well. So there's a lot of secrecy if you get into the government and higher ups and even into the scientific world. Unfortunately, I think to really prove that these things exist, we're going to need to not necessarily kill one. Like the kid was saying, let's tranquilize it. I think that would be the best thing. Tranquilize it, get some samples, have an actual scientist there. And I've talked about this multiple times. This is part of my plan. Get some, saliva, get some stool samples, get, whatever you need to get, skin samples, document it, videotape it, and essentially then release it release it, put it back at where you found it, leave it be, maybe put some kind of tracking device on it. And then, if we could do that multiple times, if they haven't done it already, then you could track these things and you could learn more about them. That's how science usually works. They don't just go kill an animal for the fun of it. They go, if they do have to kill it, they do the research. They do a whole, what is it called? Dissection of it. And so they can learn more about it. But I would really like to just put a tracking device on one of these things. Get some fur, get some skin samples, get some saliva, get close-up pictures of everything: the eyes, the nose, the face, the mouth, and basically maybe print the hands, print the feet with something. Maybe cast them while they're still attached to the Bigfoot. Who knows? But get lots of pictures, get lots of evidence of them, and then release the poor things. They're avoiding us for a reason. There's a reason we don't see them very often, if we ever see them at all. They don't want to be found. They're smart. They know humans are a problem. If we can prove that Bigfoots exist, it's a double-sided sword. Yes, it'd be cool to prove that they exist. Yes, it'd be awesome if other people knew that they were out there.
Did you miss your deadline to renew your Medicaid coverage? You can still send your completed annual review form to Healthy Connections Medicaid. You may be assigned to another health plan, but you can ask to come back to First Choice within 60 days of renewed Medicaid eligibility. It's your family. It's your choice. First Choice is the right choice. Renew and choose us. Visit selecthealthofsc.com/renew to learn more.
With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, 988 provides 24/7 compassionate support and connection to trained counselors. When you call, text, or chat 988, you'll be quickly connected to trained counselors who will listen to your concerns, provide support, and connect you to additional resources if needed. There is hope. The Lifeline works. You are not alone. For 24/7 support, just call, text, or chat 988.
On the other hand, what happens when big game hunters want one for their, for their wall? What happens when the government goes, oh, well, now that they know that they're real, we need to wipe them out. They're a danger to us. How many people have you heard of being killed by a Bigfoot? I've never heard of one being killed. They might be aggressive. They might chase people. They might throw rocks. They might scream and howl. But I mean, imagine if somebody walked into your living room. What would you do? You would basically scream and yell and tell them to get out, and you might even shoot them. Or, try and capture them and turn them into the police or whatever. They don't have police, they basically, they're just trying to coexist with us without us knowing that they're there. So anyways, let's move on. Here's another video. I think we've watched this before too, but we'll watch it again. It's only 30 seconds long. So this is up on some kind of mountaintop. I think this is on some kind of thermal imager, which is cool. They have it on the gray setting, which I think the darker the gray, the more warm it is, and the lighter it is, the colder it is. There's snow on the ground, and there's trees in the background. There's basically just a big hill here without anything on it. I'm guessing this is probably the front of either somebody's house or research center. Let me go back out here and let's read the descriptions again. Okay, so this is the Washington State Department of Transportation says Bigfoot was spotted on Sherman Pass on the I-90 Wildlife Observation, overcross near a pass. So it says, do you believe it? It turns out, too, the Sasquatch isn't the first bizarre thing caught on camera in the Sherman Pass. And there's more information, but we're going to move on from that. Let's hit play. So you essentially see what looks like a big, very hairy creature bipedally walking pretty much in a straight line up through this area. It turns around to look to make sure it's not being followed. Might see the camera, might not. And then it just continues up into the woods, up over the hill. Again, it turns and looks, and then walks up over the hill, and then down the other side back into the forest. So that's pretty interesting. I think, again, we've seen this before. I've kind of given my analysis before. That could be real. Let's go on to the next one. All right. So this is a sighting in Mississippi. I think I've seen this one before too. But, we have a lot of new people here that have not seen this stuff. So we will essentially just, play this again. There is no real description here. Oh, here we go. Blah, blah, blah. It says, I live in Mississippi. There are things out in the woods that make a grown man run and hide. Bears, panthers, wild boar, venomous snakes, skunks, coyotes, wild dogs that resemble wolves. And yes, I know a guy out that lives out in the woods and swears he heard something shrieking at night on the ridge not far from his home. Not much rattles this guy. Vietnam vet, avid hunter. He can smell a snake before it ever sees him. But that shrieking he was hearing echoed down in the hollows, and that made his hair stand on end. It said you can tell when somebody's yanking your chain, or if somebody's really did rattle, or if it really blah, or if something really did rattle his chain. He was very upset by it, evidently, and this guy's an avid hunter and stuff like that. So let's watch this. I'm going to put the mic over by the speaker so you guys can hear.
Yeah, there he is. This is pretty good video. Look at him there.
It's a gorilla.
No, in Mississippi.
Well, maybe he ran away from the zoo.
Yeah.
The mascot of their college out there,
Okay, hold on just a second. All right, so this looks like it's more in the swampy area of Bigfoot. Of Mississippi. What you see is a figure, and it could be a gorilla. It's pretty tall. It's standing on 2 feet. Essentially, what it's doing is it's ripping open a tree to probably look for grubs and other insects, other things to eat. I think there's another video that's actually better of this. It actually shows the guy walking up on it and freaking out, and videotaping it the whole time. And when it turns, he ducks. And then essentially, it basically turns back to what it's doing, continues to eat, and he runs off before the Bigfoot finds out he's there, which I completely understand. I mean, imagine walking up to a huge animal like that and it's sitting there eating. Even if it was a gorilla and it wasn't a Bigfoot, gorillas can be very, very aggressive. And especially the silverbacks, they will grab people and drag them into the forest and beat them down and stuff like that. So who's to say Bigfoots don't have very similar personalities to gorillas? It just, who knows? Could gorillas be descendants of Bigfoots? There's definitely a possibility that that's true. But anyways, let's move on to the next one. Oh, I think we watched this already. Hold on a second. We may be watching. Yeah. Okay, so this one got pulled up twice for some reason. All right. So that's kind of interesting, these videos. Let's switch back off sharing my screen here. All right, welcome back to the Deep Woods Paranormal office. All right. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. I go up to a place called Longview out here in Texas, and of course that's out towards where Joe's camp is. It's not, Joe's about 2 hours away from Longview. He's further east, but Longview is kind of northeast of Dallas. I think it's in the Daniel Boone National Forest. If you saw that short I did on where a crossing had happened. It was an exact location where a crossing had happened. And then I thought I saw movement in the trees. Something standing up there moved behind a tree as I was filming. I don't know if you guys saw it or not. I don't think I did. But I definitely saw it with my own eyes. I saw it move as I was filming up there. I wasn't really looking for anything. I just was pointing it up there, and I said, okay, what was that? And then it ducked behind a tree, and I just kind of left it be, thinking if I turned my back to it, maybe it would make a noise, or maybe it would, do a tree knock or something. It never did. So I just wanted to show you how dark it was out there too. But believe it or not, I've had my own Bigfoot crossing the road sighting. Can't say for sure 100% it was a Bigfoot, but I see deer, I see animals on the sides of the road all the time. Now, I've been doing this for about a year, driving around Texas, in some very dark places at night. I mean, when you have your headlights on, it's almost like a black tunnel. You're driving through almost like a black tunnel, and all you can see is where your headlights are. And but anyways, this was a more lit night. It was a full moon, and I was driving through that area. I don't remember exactly where it was. I pulled over. I think I pinned it on my phone, but something literally came out of the trees, came down the side of the embankment, onto the road, ran across the road as it kind of did its turn. Now, I couldn't see very much. It was probably maybe a tenth of a mile away from me, maybe a little less. It was at least 300 or 400 yards, if not more. It was just a black silhouette, but it was on 2 legs, and it basically took 3 steps across that road. That's a dual lane highway. That's a very hard thing to do. I've done that. I've tried to measure that before. It takes me about 6 or 7 steps. I'm 6'2". This thing, I believe, was at least 8 feet tall, maybe a little taller. It was just dark. Now, I couldn't see the color of the fur. I couldn't see the face. I couldn't see any defining features. I know it wasn't a deer because it was on 2 legs. And it literally ran across the highway and then disappeared up into the trees. It went back up the other embankment, back into the trees. And this is in an area where people see these things crossing across all the time. My guess is, and there's always deer along this route as well. I always see clusters of deer on the side of the road eating. So it makes me wonder if it was hunting, looking for deer or whatever. Maybe it was trying to spot something and then heard me coming and then just quickly ran across the road to get to the other side, maybe to find better shelter or better place for me not to see it. So, yeah, I mean, I can't 100% say that was a Bigfoot, but I severely doubt at 3 o'clock in the morning someone was running across the road, unless they were some kind of hunter or something. They didn't have a backpack on. I could clearly see the body. I can't tell you how long the arms were because it moved really quickly. It took about 2 seconds to go from one side of the road to the other, and it just that's what happens with these things. They're extremely quick, and as soon as my headlights hit it, it picked up its speed a lot. So, supposedly these things can jump quite a ways too. They must just have coils for legs, but I've heard people, and I've actually seen them jump 10 plus feet over different obstacles. So, yeah, that was really interesting. So, and that's in the same area where I found the tree structures. And you're going, did you pen it? No, I had crew with me. I had a couple crew members. And I could not stop at that point in time. If I pulled over to the side of the road, I don't know what they would have. They probably would have been excited about it to see what was going on. But I was not. I'm not really allowed to stop like that while I'm working. So, and I can't get on my phone or anything and try and pin it. So I was just trying to visually remember what I saw before and after. So coming back, I could pull over and walk over there and take a look. I'm still looking for that location. I don't know. It was right next to the road. I don't know if it was on somebody's property because a lot of that property out there, a lot of those areas out there are owned by people up in the forest area or along the side of the road. So I didn't want to go trespass somebody's property without permission. But I definitely wanted to, if I could have found it, I was stopped and taken a full-on video of it while I was still on the road, so I wouldn't get in trouble. But there was literally, I mean, it looked like something you see out of one of these shows where the trees were crossed, in all different directions across each other. There was teepees, there was logs like laid against other trees. It was typical Bigfoot stuff. Now, you're saying, okay, could that have been faked? Yes. I mean, somebody could have just been messing around and gone out there and broken off some old trees that were dead and snapped them and put them in place. But why would you do that? I mean, what would that be the incentive? There was no, hey, come check out the Bigfoot, stuff or whatever. It was just random on the side of the road. So, who knows? One of these days, if I go back up to that area during the day, hopefully I'll be able to see it. What I need to do is hop in the truck with Amanda, have her drive, and me visually spot where I think I saw that. Just go a little slower during the day, and maybe we can find it, and maybe go meet with whoever owns the property or whatever, and get some information from them, and maybe they'll let us do an investigation there. Who knows? But again, it could be, one of the oil platforms that are out there. You have to get in touch with the oil companies. There's a lot of fracking that happens out in Texas. So even in the forest. So yeah, pretty cool. So yeah, if you guys would like to be on the Bigfoot podcast or on any of the podcasts, feel free to comment down below, or you can contact us through our website. You can contact us through email. I have my cell number on there. You can call or text me. I've had a few people actually reach out to me. They didn't want to come on the podcast, but they wanted to share information. If you just want to share information or tell me, hey, go check out this spot, it doesn't have to be for Bigfoot. It can be for anything. Haunted location, UFO hotspot, whatever. We'd love to hear from you and go from there. So anyways, I'm going to end this here, and we will get another podcast out shortly. Oh, I forgot to say, I now have an infrared flashlight. I'm going to be doing some gear testing with it. It'll be a video short. If I can still hear before it gets dark tonight, I'm going to go out and take the big camera out there, not the infrared camera, but the actual low light camera, and see if that camera can see any further with that. one of the downsides of having to shoot with infrared and infrared at night is that camera's amazing. I mean, if I was in this office, I mean, you could see everything clearly. But once you get out, where you have woods that are 20, 30, 50 feet away or more, you can't see anything. And guess where the Bigfoots are? They're in the woods. They're further away from you. Usually, they don't usually come out into the clearings unless they don't think they're being watched, and it's really hard to tell what's going on. I think that's Amanda's clicking something. So anyway, stay tuned for that video too. Like I said, if there's something you want to see, let us know. I am still in the process of putting the show together. I'm going to start shooting hopefully in April, late April, early May. And then you'll start seeing like a weekly, like a TV show. That'll be a Bigfoot / paranormal TV show, mainly focused on Bigfoot, but it also has some other things in there as well. We'll still do ghost hunts and stuff like that. And anything else we need to do. If you need help with either Bigfoot stuff or paranormal help, feel free to reach out to us. Our information is down below. If you need more information, you're welcome to go over our website, deepwoodsparanormal.com. Otherwise, you guys have a great one. Feel free to leave a comment down below. We appreciate all the positive feedback. We appreciate the thumbs up, and on all these platforms, it's helping us grow. And you guys have a good one. We appreciate you. And again, we will catch you on the next one.